Do you support these onesies? Do you support these onesies? This is one of the many questions that got asked of RFK at his confirmation yesterday. And man, oh man, what a show it was. You had Elizabeth Warren doing war chants, all kinds of stuff. And then they ask themselves, why are they so unpopular? This is from the Washington Post yesterday, who still has "Democracy Dies in Darkness" underneath their title. Democrats' brutal poll problem. 2 recent polls show the party is more unpopular than it has been in nearly 2 decades. I wonder why that is. Probably because of crap like this. This is the funniest stuff. So Bernie Sanders got his time to ask questions, and he spent it asking him about onesies from a company that he doesn't even own anymore. He left this company, and then they put up some onesies that was triggering people. Well, just watch. Let's play it.
All right, let me do a last question here because I'm running out of time. I think the gist of what you're trying to say today is you're really pro-vaccine, you want to ask questions. You have started a group called the Children's Health Defense. You're the originator. Right now, as I understand it, on their website, they are selling what's called onesies. These are little things, clothing for babies. One of them is titled Unfaxed, Unafraid. Next one, and they're sold for $26 a piece, by the way. Next one is No Vax, No Problem. Now, you're coming before this committee and you say you're pro-vaccine. Just want to ask some questions. And yet your organization is making money selling a child's product to parents for $26, which casts fundamental doubt on the usefulness of vaccines. Can you tell us now that you will, now that you are pro-vaccine, that you're going to have your organization take these products off the market?
Senator, I have no power over that organization. I'm not part of it. I resigned from the board.
Yeah, that was just a few months ago. You founded that. You certainly have power. You can make that call. Are you supportive of this?
I've had nothing to do with leadership.
Are you supportive of these onesies?
I'm supportive of vaccines.
Are you supportive of this clothing, which is militantly anti-vaccine?
I am supportive of vaccines. I will. I want good science, and I want to protect the vaccine.
But you will not tell the organization you founded not to continue selling that product. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
So you see stuff like this, and then it's like, well, now I kind of know why this poll is the way it is, among other problems. What a stupid thing to bring up. You're not going to be able to stop it. He's for sure going to have the votes. It's just funny to watch them quadruple down, even though, like, Bernie Sanders isn't a Dem. He's independent. He still aligns with them on just about everything. So this was really funny to watch, basically quadrupling down on all of the behavior that lost them last year's election. And now more and more polls come out showing that just people are rejecting this nonsense left and right. And I love it. I love it. By the way, Washington Post coping here. Also coping in this recent post that they put out that everyone's calling out. This is funny. So this was at Trump's party that he had. If you remember, Snoop Dogg was there. He had all kinds of rappers hanging out. The New Yorker. Oh, never mind. Sorry. Washington Post was the one that put a hit piece out on RFK saying that he's not qualified, even though they loved him for years until he decided to team up with Trump. Now they hate him. Because, of course, they do. Just like they hated Trump before he ran for president. Or, excuse me, just like they loved Trump before he became president. They loved him, too. It just shows you the Washington snakes. They all bow down to the oligarchy, the left's favorite new word, because they don't understand that these people have ruled America for a long time. That's why they hate Trump, because he's not a part of their little club. But anyway, check this out. This is another example of people being tired of shit. like deceitful nastiness. So the New Yorker posted this image, the cruel kids table. You notice anything here? A lot of white people, right? Well, check this out. It actually is a cropped photo. They cropped out a bunch of black people from the photo. Isn't that funny? New York Magazine cropped the black people out of a photo of conservatives for the New York Magazine cover in order to try to make the conservatives seem racist. Legacy media is all lies all the time. And anybody that watched any of the footage coming out from that party, like, can see it here. Like, look at this. Just random shots. But they took one photo that they could crop, and they made that the cover of their magazine. Right? People are aware of this. They're wide awake to this garbage. This is why. And look at this one, like right here. They barely see his hand in the image. This is what's really funny. Look at this. Just so you can kind of see how malicious this is. Let me zoom in on this. So right there, they cut it so you can barely notice his hand up against that girl's black dress. The lies of these people, they destroy themselves doing crap like this. And it's so wild. I can't believe people still suck up to these companies and believe everything that they say. I mean, this took me literally 2 minutes to find. Just searching around for stuff, like this popped right up. How do you not see this? How do you watch the footage? Because like Snoop Dogg was there. I'm pretty sure this is the one he was at. Even if he wasn't. I mean, this image right here speaks for itself. Then they're going after the press secretary, The View, opening their mouth, attacking her. Like, she's only there because she's a 10. Totally ignoring everything. Instead of saying, oh, look, this woman got this job. They're attacking her because she's pretty. Listen.
Creators to apply for credentials to cover this White House. This seat in the front of the room, which is usually occupied by the press secretary.
Now, what they're mad about, by the way, here, I'm going to zoom ahead a little bit. What they're mad about is the fact that Trump is going to allow podcasters, content creators, like I could apply for a press pass. There's no way I could move to Washington, D.C. to do this, but like Benny Johnson, big channel. I'm sure many of you know who he is because he's kind of in our circles. He goes on FNT and stuff. He's applying for a press pass. Joe Rogan could go there and ask questions if he wants. Good. Let's get the New Yorkers out of there and get some more independent voices in there. I would love that because they'd ask real questions and trying to do gotchas all the time so they could have headlines for their bullshit like this. Yeah, let's get anybody responsible for this photo kicked out forever of the White House. Never allowed back because they're not real journalists. This should be an outrage to people. So they're making fun of this press secretary, the new one, and saying that she's only there because she's hot.
What'd she say?
She basically said that they were going to give
Oh,
unqualified
God, how boring.
unqualified
Can they get
people
somebody there who's not
jobs.
The
so
Behind
tedious?
the Table podcast needs to apply for White House credentials.
Oh, they'd love having Joy in that
Yes,
room.
Joy can
I
go.
got a question.
So wait a second. So in other words, instead of Bob Woodward, they want Kim Kardashian? What? I don't get it.
Wait, okay.
I have a question, which is why I was leading us in this direction.
Who listens to this shit anymore besides YouTubers looking for content? Who's watching The View? Is it just like single or not single? Is it just like homemaker people that just have it on while they chase their kids around all day? Is that what's going on here? I'm just shocked anybody listens to it. Whoopi Goldberg went in on her saying because she says there'll be no wokeness in this room. And Whoopi Goldberg's like, you're only in there because of wokeness. Saying that she's talking about like when things mattered. Like if you were going to apply woke to it, like black people not being able to get into a college or get a job or women not allowed to work. Yeah, those were real civil rights issues. Not pronoun trash or mutilating children. So, I just find all this hilarious. They just quadruple down, and I expect them to do that. I expect them to get worse over this next year. And I'm here to cover it, man. All the onesie tantrums, everything, I'm here for it. I think it's hilarious. Let them stomp, because they have never been more unpopular, and it's going to keep getting worse for them. Because while you were starving, barely able to pay your bills, worried about taxes, worried about gas, feeding your family, stuff like that, they were more worried about protecting criminals that came here illegally and mutilating children. Those were the top concerns. And now you're paying for it, man. You pushed it too hard. You pushed it way too hard. You drew a line in the sand, and it killed your causes. It really did. This is going to be a fun 4 years, and I'm here for it, man. I am here for it. It is going to be so much fun. So, anyway, let me know what you guys think about all of this. I'd like to hear from you in the comments. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. And we'll see you on the next one. Peace.